What is up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shred Show Live. I am your host, Josh Pitts. You can see his smiling face. Ben Miller is joining me this morning, and you know when Ben and I get together, it's always going to be value. Value, value, value. We're going to be spitting some information today that you're not going to want to miss because honestly, ladies and gentlemen, what we're about to talk about is absolutely changing our industry. A shift is happening, and if you are not prepared for it, you're going to get left in the dust, which we don't want to see that. We want to see all of you thrive. We want to see all of you succeed, but you have to be ready for it. Ben Miller and I are about to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's time to shred. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Miller of SimpleNexus hanging out with me this morning. And as I mentioned, we are talking about a shift that is happening within our industry. And that's a big shift to say the least. Ben, what's up? Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me again, man. Always love it.
Dude, I always love hanging out with you. Truly, like you're one of those guys. And I'm sad that we're not hanging out together. Being that we're both here locally in Utah, we actually got the new studio set up. I'm going to have you up here in this new studio soon because I heard you guys got rid of your building too. You guys, it's all work from home now, right?
Yeah, got rid of the building, but we got our shots. We're ready to travel and get back together. So come on, man. Let's do this.
Let's go. We're both vaccinated. Let's make it happen. We're gonna have you guys up here in the studio. I'm looking forward to that. But truly, Ben, you're one of those guys on the show. Not only are you one of those who's excited, you have great energy. You're one of the leaders of our industry, but you have incredible value to share. And you and I, we were just talking about so many things before we jumped on the show. But I'm excited to start talking about this shift. Because truly, 2020 was an absolute banner year. I mean, insane year. Yeah. Like rates were low. People were refinancing like crazy. But we've already started to see this shift into the purchase side of the business. So this purchase side. And now we're hearing margin compression. We're hearing all kinds of crazy things. But I'm excited to hear your expertise and knowledge and how SimpleNexus is really helping the entire originator community and the entire industry, as a matter of fact, start to make this shift. So, but before we dive deep into that, for those who don't know, just maybe you live under a rock, maybe tell us a little bit about, for those who don't know SimpleNexus, kind of give us a highlight of what SimpleNexus actually does and what you guys really do.
Yeah. No, the quick, synopsis here is that, SimpleNexus is a home ownership platform. We're a front end that interacts with the borrower, the referral partner, the loan officer, and now settlement agents, in closing, to be able to take a single log on, a single sign in experience from home search all the way to closing, and for all of those parties involved. And so this has been something that the industry has been trying to pursue for years, right? This kind of holy grail or white whale of technology, mortgage technology and experiences. And we're bringing that today to the industry. So we're super proud and super happy to innovate around this and provide that experience that borrowers have been wanting for forever, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to log into this to do that and then now go over here and then call somebody and say, I'm stuck. I can't get my password reset or whatever. Just have one login, right? One place to do everything. So yeah, that's what we do.
See, I love that. It's really helping with the homeownership journey. You and I talk about that a lot. That homeownership journey, helping consumers, again, all you originators, everybody in the industry, but really making that process more efficient. Like you're talking about, you don't need multiple logins. You need one. You need one place so you can come. And again, you can do it on the go using this fun device. Mm-hmm. That's what I get excited about, Ben, because the technology, as our industry does shift, we need to find more efficiencies. We need to find how to automate and how to use this technology right in front of us. But so this shift that's going on. You and I were talking about data because, data really was one of the differentiating factors as we go into this. But, the numbers speak for themselves. A shift is happening right now, Ben. Refinances were off the wall, but now we're moving into a purchase market. And totally. How do we survive that?
Yeah, you know what? As you were talking, I was thinking about as an entrepreneur, as a creator, as a disruptor, this is what we live for. When you have massive change in any type of industry you're in. And we are experiencing massive change once again, right? 2020 was a huge change up where everyone made money if they just get out of bed in the morning, right?
Right.
And now we're having a massive change to reduce volumes, right? And so if you're not on your game, if you're not, looking out and trying to improve yourself, you're going to miss out. You're going to starve, right?
Yeah.
And so again, I love these types of opportunities, and I think there's a lot of loan officers out there, a lot of lenders out there that are all about how to just go after it and take it to the market and find out how to win and dominate in any scenario. And those are the ones that are going to be able to take advantage, because if you're resting on your laurels, if you're thinking, well, man, let me just hold out hope that those refis will keep rolling in, you're going to starve. This is not working. I mean, you look at the NBA data, man, we were touching almost like 800 billion a quarter in refis, right? At one point. And then, let's say it's come down to like, 700 billion in Q1, and Q2 is a little bit smaller, but there is a tremendous cliff on Q3. Right. I mean, NBA is projecting like 150 billion total for the whole industry to spread around. Right. In Q4, same thing, 150 billion, and so in that, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's almost like a switch, just boom, shutting off the lights, from the refi market. And, and look, if you've been out there processing a lot of refis, hey, good for you. They needed to be done.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not going to be there anymore. And so, what are you doing today to dust off those referral partner relationships, to, strengthen that purchase business, to prepare yourself to get after it and go be aggressive and go get volume, and not just wait for volume to come to you? Those are the type of things we're thinking about and how we're helping lenders today.
Well, and that's just it, is they need help. Like there are so many of you, again, like I started out, is we want to see everybody succeed. We hope all originators take this to heart, because if you don't start doing it, like you mentioned, the numbers speak for themselves. Q3, Q4, they're gonna be some hard times. So you need to start having the practices and a plan, a strategy in place to really understand what's going to help you, continue to thrive and not be one of those people who really are taking a nosedive. We don't want to see it. So we're trying to help right now, and that's what we're going to be sharing today, Ben. Is really some of the practices you should start looking at. Yeah. I mean, working with real estate agents. You and I were talking about this, and Rob Chrisman has shared this. We've heard a few other people talk about it in the industry. There are more real estate agents right now. There are more realtors than there are properties even available right now. So like you got, as an originator, you got to start thinking about that. Like, okay, like I got to, those relationships, those are more valuable than ever. Right, Ben?
Yeah, totally. No. And look, a couple of things that makes me think of. One, like you said, there's more realtors out there than there are properties for sale. And so who are you dealing with? Are you dealing with somebody who has listings, right? And who has a buyer? Or are you dealing with somebody who's left out, right? Who's on the edge and like on the outside looking in? Because not everyone has a property to sell, right? Or is looking a buyer. So you gotta be mindful of your realtors and do some verifying questions, trust but verify, and see what the pipeline actually is. You can use tools like Mortgage Market Intelligence, does tools about showing, their volume, the trailing volume. What are these realtors actually doing? How do you tell if they've been successful or not? Now, that other thing I want to talk about is applying that same notion. Like, look, when that came out, it's easy to point your finger and say, oh, man, sucks to be them, like whatever. Dude, that's happening now in mortgage, right? Because you're having this 20%-ish, 20-30% pullback, and there's two ways to think about it. There's about a projected 17% pullback in dollar volume, right? But it's actually more than that in units pullback, because you have kind of the dollar, you have home appreciation, price going up. So dollar volume won't pull back as much as actually units are going to pull back more. And so you got to be mindful of, hey, we have scaled to this capacity as an industry to handle X number of volume. Well, that's pulling back. So something's got to give, there's going to be less to go around, or there's going to be a reduction in force or something. I mean, something's got to give. So, where are you going to play in that equation? And how are you preparing your company? How are you preparing, as an individual LO, your pipeline, your team, for that reduction? Are you going to be aggressive and get after it and go get more, or go maintain what you have? Or are you just sitting back and hoping that, somewhere the volume, the government's going to do something or lower rates again or whatever, the volume will come back somehow, I mean, it's like, what kind of mindset do you have?
That's just it, is what is your mindset right now? Because that's just the thing, is either you can have the growth mindset of like, okay, I need to start adapting. I need to start changing. I need to start seeing this shift as it is. Because some of you, sad enough to say, some of you are going to, like you mentioned, like, oh, you know what? No, these guys, like, we're going to continue just to push forward. And we got these refinances. Everybody, it's gloom and doom, but it's like, this is serious. Like, this is, the numbers speak for themselves right now. So you really do need to start thinking about like, okay, where do I start? And really start block and tackle. Like as much as it sounds cliche, you really need to go back and be like, okay, let's really focus on what's helping drive our business, that's helping us grow. But that's, you and I kind of talked about this too. It's looking at your, what programs, what platforms do you have in place that can ultimately help you with that efficiency? Because I think the efficiency, the automation side of our industry, that is going to play a key role. As there's less and less transactions, you need to be more efficient with your time. So you can go create value with these real estate agents. I love that you mentioned MMI. Our good friend Ben Tierlink over at MMI, like trust but verify as well. Go after the agents who are actually doing business. It's not all about taking the donuts just to every brokerage anymore and just be like, hey, send me your business. You got to focus again, who can actually provide you with future opportunity.
Yeah, totally. And so, that's of course, that's what we're excited about, being a technologist, and how do we create ROI and drive value for our lenders and help them win, right? And, the SimpleNexus platform, I think I was talking to you the other day about this, right? We have a part of our platform where we connect, again, that referral partner, which traditionally is a realtor, but hey, look, we have an LO that makes their business off of a relationship with a divorce attorney, right? Because somebody's going to need a house in that transaction, right? Or like a financial advisor, or, an insurance person, or whomever, or a friend at church, right? I mean, our platform is so viral, it allows you to connect with anyone and for them to very easily make a warm introduction to someone else, right? And we facilitate over 2,000, or it's about 2,000 warm intros a day, every day.
Whoa.
From our platform. Yeah. And that's from these referral partners. But you know what? About a third of those are coming from borrowers who had an excellent experience, and they're giving, in essence, unsolicited referrals. They're just like, hey, let me hand this to my cousin or my friend or whomever. Like, hey, you got to use this guy. He took care of me. And let me just text you this app. You can download and get this intro. So, I mean, it's very impressive. We're very proud of what we've built, to facilitate these intros and help fill the top of the funnel in your pipeline. But you got to think like, what is your technology doing for you? How is your technology helping you fill the funnel, connect with people, and not just the back end automation? I mean, geez, you got to do that too. That's table stakes, though. I mean, that's like the technology we built around disclosures to be able to sign on your phone, help lenders take that process from 2.5 days down to 2.5 hours. Right. And those are the types of, reductions that you need in your effort and energy in the manufacturing process to be able to compete as volumes pull back, as we experience this margin compression when there is less to go around. Right. How do you become more efficient so you don't need as much energy as you used to manufacture a loan? And so that's the way we're attacking things. Not only helping you fill the top of the funnel, but helping you be more efficient in manufacturing that loan, getting it through the pipeline and delivering a closed loan.
Ben, you mentioned something really interesting. I mean, as you start to see more efficiencies, automation, tools like you guys have, do you think especially last year, some of the closing dates and timelines for actual closing seem like they're getting longer. Do you think we'll see the transaction continue to get shorter and shorter, especially as volume starts to decrease? Do you think that, in the future, what does an actual timeline look like for a closing of a mortgage transaction?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would hope that we can continue to get shorter. I mean, our lenders are compressing their timelines. They're getting shorter and more efficient. But just the kind of macro equation of how much volume there was to do and how much capacity we built, and then that volume pulling that down, that capacity is still going to be around somewhere where it was until we, cut away that capacity. So by definition, you would think that capacity should be more efficient at the volume that's left, right? I mean, those times should pull back into more of the industry norms. I mean, look, there was loans pushing 60, 90 days, right? A quarter or two ago. But before that, coming into this, we were getting close to like 45 days, right?
Yeah.
So we should come back to that mean, right? But I think we should be able to get even more aggressive than that with some of the efficiencies that we're driving today. Another thing we're super excited about is the technology we're building around closing. eClose has been around forever.
Long time.
But we have that single platform, that single login that brings everyone together. And before it was clunky, you had to still go over here to do this and go over here to do that part of it. And then the borrower had to come this way. Now bringing everyone together in one platform to communicate more efficiently, we're seeing closing times and reduce, especially when you're, instituting our RON technology, or being able to ship something that used to take 16 days to ship to a GSC. You're able to cut that down almost in half using eNote and eVault, right? I mean, like that's insane. That's incredible. I mean,
Right.
and that creates so much efficiency for your back office, such a better experience, not only for the borrower who doesn't have to go into title or somewhere to like sign something in person. They can just sign it on their phone, right, or the
Right.
computer. But especially in the shipping department and trying to get loans off your warehouse line, right? Be more efficient with your warehouse line, and sell something, ship it off to a GSE or whatever investor more efficiently. I mean, these are the types of things. It almost blows your mind to think, how in the world did we exist as an industry where we had to wait for paper to get handed off to one person and then FedExed overnight to another person, and it sits in a hopper, right? And then you wait until you go grab all 100 of those packages and rip them and start processing. Then you ship it to a different party, a warehouse line, right? And then you're shipping it to the custodian. Then you ship it to the investor. You're like, what? What is going on here, man? And so now, we're paving the way for all that to be electronic in a process that is easy to use,
Right.
and will save a ton of energy for everyone and reduce costs. So
That's
very,
gotta
very
be.
excited about
It's
where
gotta be. I was gonna say it's gotta be exciting for you guys, like as an organization, to kind of see that and understand. Like you said, it's almost laughable.
Yeah.
And again, no offense to anybody in our industry, but to think that we basically we survived this long doing it in that way, and to see what's ahead of us. That's for you guys like you and I who really have so much passion for this industry and have a love for it. And again, like we've mentioned a couple times, we want to see originators thrive. We want to see small businesses and everybody really thrive. This is a discussion that is not being happened, and it's exciting for guys like you and I to see what the future holds. And again, you're SimpleNexus, you and the team, you're paving the way. You're at the forefront. Like you're learning, you're making mistakes, and you're getting better every single day with it.
Totally. We're right in the middle of it. I mean, our mantra is that we are the heart of the homeownership journey. We're going to be that heartbeat, that driving force to make everything here an enjoyable process and an efficient process. And, I'm just so excited because it's literally going to change an industry, change how everything is happening around here, right? And it's change because it's so much more efficient, because you're reducing the energy, you're reducing the waste, right?
Yeah.
Geez, reducing today's Earth Day, right? Reducing the amount of paper that you have to use, right?
Save the planet, ladies and gentlemen. Save the planet,
right? But when you reduce that energy, you create a return. It's an ROI for the people involved.
Right.
But also there's an opportunity to redirect that energy into something else to drive more value, right?
Bingo.
And that's just exciting. That's fulfilling, as a person, again, as a creator, as an entrepreneur, as someone who wants to help. And that's a kind of a pure driving force that helps us create these amazing experiences for our customers, is because it's from like a passion that's in the right place, right? I mean,
exactly.
with that driving force, you can't go wrong. So.
No, exactly. We got to give a shout out to our good friend Tony Pitcher over there at SimpleNexus. This kid is always on top of it. There's been some questions coming in on LinkedIn, and Tony has just been like all over it. Jim Nelson had a great question, and Tony, again, he's over you guys. But this is what I want to highlight. This is the culture and the team mentality that SimpleNexus has. Is they're all about serving the community. This question wasn't even directed directly towards the SimpleNexus. It was actually, you and I mentioned MMI, and Tony's over there just getting it done, answering questions. So, but again, Ben, that's why it's exactly like,
we love what we do, man.
That you guys do love what you do, and it's that partnership. You look at people as actual people. It's not just another transaction. Yes, again, SimpleNexus provides a platform and tools that is so streamlined and so great. But Tony is literally like, he embodies who SimpleNexus really is. You care about people, you care about the industry, and you're going to add value where you can. And again, you're doing it so perfectly. So anyway, I had to give him a shout out, because it's exciting to see that as team members. And again, that's what SimpleNexus is.
Mm-hmm. No, totally. We enjoy what we do and have great people that drive this, and we want to work with like-minded individuals, right? And that goes for our customers as well, right? They want to work with people they enjoy. They in turn are trying to provide the best experience for their borrowers. But you got to remember also, the loan officer is an end user. If you're a lender, the loan officer is an end user of what you're creating, what you're providing, right? You want them to have a great experience,
Right.
And our mobile technologies empower them to get away from being chained to their desk, and they can do their job on the go. And so when it's the weekend, they can refer to their phone and keep things moving along and not have to like say, sorry, honey, I got to cut out from the whatever. I'm out. I got to go back to the office, and just ruin everybody's day. Like nobody wants that. Nobody wants to live that lifestyle, right? And
Nobody
so
does.
we help give them their lives back and empower them to have a much better experience, right? And become more efficient. So
that's, as we start to wrap this up, Ben, that's exactly what's exciting, because SimpleNexus does provide that. I mentioned this earlier. As we as originators start to become more and more commoditized, we have to be more efficient. We have to use automation. And when we can use this on the go, when we can use we can have a mobile transaction from start to finish and help our consumer. Like you said, our lives are becoming more and more busy. We have to find those efficiencies within our businesses, and we have to find that balance with our family. You and I both have kids. We both have busy lives. So the fact that we can go and use like the mobile experience from start to finish, and that's what SimpleNexus provides, it is really cool. And like we've mentioned a couple times, it's exciting times for both of us, and it's fun for you as industry professionals. This shift that is happening, these are some of the things that we've shared today. This is how you become more efficient. This is how you really step up your game. This is how you, like you mentioned, Ben, the homeownership journey being the heart of the homeownership journey. That should be you as an originator. That's what we get to do every single day. We get to help the people, the American people, achieve the dream of homeownership.
Yeah, totally. There's nothing to fear here, right?
No.
We all know there's a pullback from the absolute crazy bonkers year of 2020, which was like generational opportunity to, create loans and make money and whatever. That's pulling back. Nothing to fear. If you're prepared, if you got a game plan, there's no need to be scared of this, and you can go into it, excited. That's where we are. We're excited about the change and the shift, and it creates opportunities. So
the fact that you're excited about it, Ben, that's what's exciting, because you know what's coming. You're not scared of it. You're hitting it head on. But that's how your partners succeed as well. Is they hang on there, say, hey, we're in this together. We're gonna lock arms. We're gonna go all in on this. And like I said, SimpleNexus is leading the way with it, and they're not scared. They're not the ones to say, I don't know, we're gonna see what other people do first. You guys are like, hell no, let's go. We're at the front. We're at the front of everything. We're gonna pave the way. So
totally.
Ben,
we're a strong company. I mean, it's like we're not afraid of a pullback. We're going to thrive in the pullback. We're going to continue to grow and grow at a fast pace. And people love what we build, and because we love what we do, it's a cycle that builds on itself. So yeah, let's go. Let's bring it. So.
That's a mic drop. Love what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You can clearly see every time Ben and I get together, he loves what they're doing at SimpleNexus. I love what they're doing. I love what I do here at Shred. And you have to find love in it too. But you have to have the platforms. You have to have the efficiencies in place to help those consumers that are starting the homeowner journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Miller over at SimpleNexus. It's always a pleasure. We always appreciate all that you're willing to share. So appreciate it, Ben. You are the man. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you.
Guys, as always, we really appreciate you joining us today. If you guys have questions about SimpleNexus, we'll post a link below. Like I said, if you're not already integrated with their platform, you have to become more efficient. You have to help the consumer with the homeowner journey, and you can start with SimpleNexus. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for all of you guys to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See ya. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.